Character Bio, Townhound Cuppie Dimble Steppen Mock, Cuppie, Gnome Druid. Per tradition, each member of her gnome family gave her a name. She is Townhound Cuppie Dimble Steppen Mock formally, but Cuppie to non-gnome friends. Her early life was defined by two things, a desire to be useful and a love of natural decomposition. In time, this love would lead her to be discarded by her family. Struggling to reconcile her two desires, she roamed until finding the lush wood. In these woods she befriended snails and learned to manipulate nature through magic. The lushwood's druid circle shunned the gnome girl, cursing her to a life of solitude. Her toxic magic, talkative nature, and poor hygiene had her ostracized. Cuppie made the best of the situation, tending to the wildlife neglected by most druids. She found value in aiding in the cycle of decay and rebirth. In time, she found communing with nature was not enough to satisfy her desire to socialize. Cuppie began patrolling the perimeter of the lushwood, searching for companionship. She assisted or frightened the occasional traveler but rarely dared to leave the woods that had become her home. One day while walking, she met a beautiful vulpine woman. Though hesitant to talk at first, the fox eventually opened up. Her story began with a desperate defense of the forest outskirts. She spoke of how, through spear and arrow, her tribe drove back civilization's conquerors. Among the spoils of victory was an artifact that would ruin the vulpine's life. Cuppie learned that the poor woman had been cursed by a metal-housed scroll. Over time, the vulpine's yellow fur gave way to green scales. Toxic breath made every interaction dangerous, driving her away from her family. She traveled deep into the swampy center of the lushwood, looking for a place to wither away. The druid knew she had found her calling, an opportunity to be useful, a chance to support the cycle of nature, and an empathy for someone shunned for possessing poison magic. They lived together, growing closer as the fox grew more monstrous. The vulpine would explain how her beauty drew the attention of her entire tribe, and how the lushwood's beauty drew civilization. She'd often recount youthful years spent wishing to be ugly and ignored. And she'd speak warmly of how meeting Cuppie changed that opinion. Each day the corruption devoured more of the vulpine's body, transforming her into a monstrous creature. Cuppie's efforts did little to stymie this transformation. In time, her partner's toxic breath spread throughout the lushwood like a fine fog. Losing hope, Cuppie's visits became less frequent. She quit when, in a spastic episode, the scaly green monster devoured the titan slug. This forest guardian regulated growth and decay in the lushwood, keeping the soil fertile and the animals lively. The only evidence of the incident was a massive husk and a tiny, purple baby. In time, this small slug would become Cuppie's inseparable partner, Slugsy. Decades passed and the lushwood decayed into the slugwood. Cuppie's long, lonely life led her language skills to deteriorate. She still scouts the wood's perimeter, searching for someone to value her skills and abilities. Capable of transforming into creatures that she's attuned to. Slugs, insects, and other swamp creatures. For larger creatures, she can only manifest parts of their body. Like the titan slug's barbed tongue. Can use nature magic to affect herself and the space around her. Summon insects, acid, or poison clouds to attack. Conjure obscuring fog or murky darkness in a nearly 20-foot area. Make small plants bloom or rot. Enhance or ruin the taste and nutritional value of food. Expedite natural healing. Siphon and redistribute vitality. Toughen skin like bark. Characteristics. Species, gnome. Age, 385. Height, 3 feet 1 inch. Weight, 30 pounds. Gender, female. Eyes, emerald green. Hair, chestnut. Skin, tan. Voice, broken English with a Jersey accent. Nicknames, Cuppie.